All right, you guys, I have been putting off making this video for a long time. So if you can hang out with me for just a second, I would so appreciate it because I would really love for you to learn how Revive was built. Now, I was traditionally in the hospital setting, putting patients to sleep every day, and I'm so grateful for those 8 years. I spent overtime, day in and day out, studied at Emory, and I just felt unfulfilled. So much of that space felt reactive, felt like I was putting on Band-Aid solutions for patients, giving them pharmaceuticals, and just seeing them come in problem after problem. It really felt like sick medicine. But that's what led me into regenerative health, which I feel like is happy medicine. We're putting patients in their own body's natural rhythm. We're restoring how God intended for our bodies to work. So I started in stem cells, worked into peptides. I started doing this in 2021, and I've helped and build peptide and regenerative medicine companies for the last 5 to 6 years. And I am so grateful for every company I have been able to touch. And if I'm being honest, for a long time, I was afraid to fully step into my own space and in my own company because I was just constantly comparing myself to these other companies. I was constantly comparing myself and my journey and why wasn't I here and how wasn't I here? But I can do both at the same time, right? I can honestly look at these other companies with joy and happiness and be so glad that they are doing this well and build my own at the same time. I know a lot of people can understand that. We are constantly comparing ourselves, but what I've realized now that I'm coming to faith is that Revive is different. We are not a copy of what anybody else is doing. It's been built slowly, intentionally, and with some truly deep care because I have seen what's gone wrong. I have seen where people can just get greedy, and I don't want us to be that company. I want to stay closely connected to the people we serve, especially these women that are crying out for help. I'm in conversations with these patients every day. I take the feedback very seriously. I try and use these peptides on myself. I'm constantly in the knowing with A4M, continuing medical education, pharmacists, real conversations, books, real learning. And so I can understand how to stack these supports the right way. We really don't believe in static protocols. We believe in refining and evolving. So as you as a patient needs to adjust your plan, that's what we want to know. We want to stay relevant, humble, teachable, and never becoming arrogant. Now, we don't claim to have all the answers. I know we've made a lot of mistakes, but we are committed to learning. So please always give us feedback. It means a lot to us. But at the center of all this is what's important, and that's faith. Faith in God, because that is the foundation of this company, and it's the reason why we serve. And so I want to make sure that that is very clear because we believe every person we encounter has a story, a burden, a battle, a purpose that they are going through themselves, and we don't take that lightly. And the best way to get them through that is through the Lord. So we're not here to just hand somebody a product and move on. We want to make sure you feel seen, heard, supported, and cared for. And that includes praying over our clients quietly, sincerely, and bringing them before Jesus in our own way. So, and this isn't about forcing beliefs on anyone. It's not about exclusion or pressure. It's about being honest about what's at the heart of this company. So one of the scripture pieces, Matthew 28:19 says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations." And what that means is our biggest job on this earth is to live our faith openly, serving people with love and allowing the work we do to reflect the one that we ultimately answer to. So that doesn't exclude anyone. Even if that's not your faith, you can belong here if you don't believe. You can be cared for if you don't believe. If your story looks different, that's okay. We are here to ensure that you feel happy and seen, but we can no longer hide what grounds us and our vision. So we're here to be clear about that. I just want you guys to know as you'll see our Instagram shift. I know that God will ensure that the right people are drawn to us and that we can serve, but I just want you guys to know to the true direction behind Revive, and my heart feels amazing just even telling you guys this. So thank you for sticking. If you're still here, we love you so much.